What are the stages of grief, and why do they not apply to us as grievers? Today I'm going to review Kubler-Ross's stages of grief, how she came about them, and how they don't apply to us as grievers. So stay tuned. So a quick overview of Kubler-Ross and her study of grief. She actually studied people who had been told that they were going to die. She studied their responses to being told that they were going to die. And the 5 stages that she came up with are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. The short story is, she has since said that she regrets how society has taken her work and made it into a blanket understanding of what grief is supposed to look like. As society is wont to do, they took her work and they said, yes, this is what grief is supposed to look like. When someone you love dies, you are supposed to move clearly and swiftly and in order through these stages as quickly as possible and then get back to normal. We know, as someone who is actually actively grieving, this ain't the truth. Like I said, Kubler-Ross has said this is not the case. When you are grieving, you are not going to move through these stages in order, in a specific amount of time, clearly and quickly and smoothly, and get back to homeostasis. That doesn't happen. The reality is, grief doesn't look like a linear passage. It doesn't even look like a roller coaster. It's actually a tornado of all the stages and then some, wrapped into one big tangled mess. Now this sounds awful, because it is awful. This sounds messy, because it is messy. Again, throwing society under the bus, we're expected to do things a normal way, the right way, the predictable way, the least messy way, and get on with it. And that is one big reason why we as people who are grieving feel so unsupported and feel crazy, because we are also thinking something must be wrong with me if I'm not doing this the right way. There is no one right way. There is your way. You are the only person experiencing your grief. You are the only one who can find the path that feels the best for you. You are the only one who can tell what feels right and what feels wrong and what healing looks like for you. So I want you to know the stages of grief that you hear about or you read about or somebody tells you that you're supposed to be using or that your therapist says you should be going through. They're wrong. There is so much more to grief than a neat progression of stages that is supposed to end in a return to normalcy. Grief stays with you. Grief is a part of you. Grief is something that you are going to do for the rest of your life. You love someone who died. You will continue to love that person, and you will continue to find ways to express that love and find ways to honor your loved one as long as you live. That's what we're doing here. We are on a path to our own healing and staying connected to our loved ones. I hope this helps you understand that a little bit more, and I really hope this can help us to help others understand this more and help others support us in a way that is helpful and healing instead of harmful. If you found this helpful, I would be honored if you would subscribe for future videos, and if you would share this with someone who you think that they need to hear this or this might be helpful for them, so we can change the way that grieving people are treated in our society so that we can feel supported and so that we can support others on their grief journeys as well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.